form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We know vertex form is y equals a times the quantity, x minus h squared plus k. And intercept form, y equals a times x minus r1, x minus rt, or r2. So to do the vertex, you do x equals negative b over 2a. Here the vertex is hk, and here the x value is r1 plus r2 divided by 2. So to find the vertex, it's different in each form. So today we're really not going to do anything new. This is called putting it together. So what you're going to need to do is to look at the information that you're given and decide which form is best. Okay, so in example 1, I have the graph that shows the parabolic path of a performer who is shot out of a cannon where y is the height in feet and x is the horizontal distance traveled in feet. Write the quadratic function in vertex form. So when you look at this, what information am I given? Can somebody tell us, what do you have in the picture? Yeah, Drew. Y-intercept. Okay, good job. We know the y-intercept is 0, 15. What else do we have? The vertex. The vertex is 50, 35. Do I have the x-intercepts? No. If I don't have the x-intercepts, I'm definitely not going to use intercept form. Typically, when I have the y-intercept, I'm going to use intercept. No, when I have the y-intercept, I'm going to use, I'm struggling to speak today. If I have the vertex, I typically want to use vertex form. The exception is if I know the x-intercepts. Okay, if I know the x-intercepts, I'm going to go with intercept form. So I'm going to write down y equals a times the quantity, x minus h squared plus k. The vertex is the h and the k. So let's put that in. This is going to give me x minus 50 squared plus 35. Well, I don't have a, but I have something that's going to help me find a. Do you see that I have this extra point? The y-intercept. I can use 0, 15 to find the a value. Let me repeat that. Once I know the vertex, I can use vertex form, plug in the h and the k. Then I have to be given a second point that's x, y to help me find the a value. You will always have to find the a value. In a final answer, you'll never leave a. So here we go. This is going to be 15, because this is the x and the y now, equals a times 0 minus 50 squared plus 35. So I get 15 equals negative 50 times negative 50 is 2,500. If I subtract 35, I get negative 20 equals 2,500a. Divide by 2,500, and a is negative 1 over 25. Have I written the quadratic function in vertex form? Not yet. Okay, I just found the a value. So this is going to be y equals negative 1 over 125 times x minus 50 squared plus 35. So let's write some steps down. Plug in the vertex HK. Plug in XY to find A. Then write vertex form. So here are your steps. Okay, I'm going to pause a moment, and I now want you to do example 2. It says write the equation of the parabola. Do you notice instead of, well, I'm not going to tell you because I ask you that afterwards. All right, so go through the 3 steps. Plug in HK first into vertex form. Then plug in your extra point for XY in order to find A. Then write the vertex form. When you're done, I want you to state the domain and range and find the y-intercept. While you're working, tomorrow we're going to have a quiz on everything we've spent 4 days. Oops, thank you. What happened? I got A is 5. Are you getting A is 5? Yes. Good job. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start it. I strongly recommend you write out vertex form. If you keep writing it out, it's going to help you memorize it. Let me say that again. Write out vertex form because every time you write it, it's helping you to remember it. So I'm going to plug in the vertex, so that'll be y equals A times the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 3. Then plug in the point. That'll be 8 equals A times the quantity 3 minus 2 squared plus 3. That's 8 equals, oh yay, that's A plus 3, so A is 5. So I get y equals 5 times the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 3. So without even graphing, I can tell my parabola opens up. How do I know it opens up? A isn't negative. In other words, A is positive, right? So then my domain is negative infinity to infinity. My range, what's the range? 3 to infinity. And to find the y-intercept, how do we find a y-intercept? Good job. Let x equal 0. So I'm going to write y equals 5 times the quantity, 0 minus 2 squared plus 3. Do I multiply by 5 first or do the exponent first? Exponent. So this is going to be 5 times 4, because a negative 2 times a negative 2 is a positive 4. So y is 23. All right, so let's reread the problem and make sure we're doing everything. It says write the equation. We did. Find the domain, the range, and the y-intercept. So especially on homework, reread the directions, because I was super pleased with homeworks that got turned in for today. So we're finally coming up to the level of expectation. So good job, good job. All right, so how are example 1 and 2 similar? Vertex, you're given a vertex and a point, right? Okay, example 1, just one was on a graph and one was just stating it. So you're given the vertex and a point. Just one was given on a graph and one was just given in words. All right, let's look at example 3. A meteorologist creates a parabola to predict the temperature for tomorrow, where x is the number of hours after midnight. So if you look at the graph, what does 4, 0 represent in terms of the context of this problem? Not that it's an x-intercept, but in the context, what's 4? Yeah, Jake? Yeah, so what time is that? 4 a.m., right? Okay, that's 4 a.m. And y is the temperature in degrees Celsius. All right, so let's play the what do I know game. What do I have on the graph? I have a y-intercept. I have the y-intercept is 0, 9.6. What else do I have? I have the x-intercepts, 4, 0 and 24, 0. Now this one says write it in intercept form. I didn't have to tell you that because I was given the x-intercepts. So watch what we're going to do. We're going to write y equals a times the quantity x minus r1 times the quantity x minus r2. Just like I told you in example 1 and 2, write out the form you need. Write it every single time on the homework and in the notes because that's going to help you memorize them, okay? By the time you're done, you've done them 10, 12 times. For 4 days, we should have them memorized at that point. All right, so I'm going to first plug in the x-intercepts. Okay, so step 1, plug in x-intercepts. What do you think step 2 is? Good job, plug in, and now it's not always going to be a y-intercept, so let's write it in general. Plug in point to find a. So let's do that. This will be my y is 9.6, x is 0, so I'm getting 9.6 equals. I got 96a. Oh, this worked out nice. So a is 1/10. And then step 3 is to write the equation. So I get y equals 1/10, x minus 4, x minus 24. All right, try example 4 on your own. It's just so I did one and now I want you to do one. It says write the quadratic function in intercept form with x-intercepts -7, 0, and 3, 0, and passes through the point 1, -32. The other point does not have to be the y-intercept, is the point, pun intended, okay? So in example 3, my extra point was the y-intercept. It just has to be some other point on the parabola. I got A is 2. Are we getting A equals 2? Yay, good. Okay. Then plug it back in. Yay. So step 1. Now, make sure you're writing your formula, okay? Because it's helping you memorize them, okay? So help yourself. So this is going to be y equals a times x plus 7 times x minus 3. Then use the point 1, -32. So that's -32 equals a times 1 plus 7, 1 minus 3. That's 8 times -2. So a is positive 2. So I'm getting y equals 2 times x plus 7 times x minus 3. Can you give me thumbs up? How'd we do? Got it? Awesome. All right, how were examples 3 and 4 similar? Yeah, Jake? Okay, they're in intercept form, but what are you given? You're given the x-intercepts. And another point. Okay, you're given the x-intercepts and another point. All right, then the last one, and again I have 2 of them where I'm going to show you one and then you do one. You need your graphing calculators, and we're going to do something that we had done in semester 1. So this is a nice circle back. So you need a graphing calculator. I have 4. Just make sure if you're going to borrow one of mine, it has a yellow sticker. Ones without a yellow sticker you're not allowed to use. That's another student's. All right, it says you're given 3 points on a parabola. 0, 3, 1, -4, 2, -9. Did it say anywhere that I have the vertex? No. Are any of the points the x-intercepts? No. It has to be, x, 0. So watch what we're going to do. This is super cool, like really, really cool. So general form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the point 0, 3. So I'm going to put 3 equals a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. So to the right, I'm going to write 0a plus 0b plus 1c. Just stay with me. It'll make sense in a little bit. Then I'm going to do 1 comma negative 4. So negative 4 equals a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. Then my third point is 2 negative 9. So I'm going to get negative 9 equals a times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c. So what I've done is I've plugged x and y into general form. Then watch what I'm going to do. This is a system of equations with 3 unknowns. So do you remember back in chapter 1, we used matrices, right? So here we go, here we go, here we go now. We're going to make this, and I need to shrink it because I write so doggone big. Let me change colors too. All right, so here we go. I'm going to make this 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4, 2, 1 times the A, B, C equals the answers 3, negative 4, negative 9. So this is A times my unknown matrix equals B. Who remembers what the solution is? Good job. A inverse times B. So on your graphing calculators, here's what you're going to do. Depending on which graphing calculator you have, you're going to have to go enter A. What are the dimensions of the A matrix? 3 by 3. So go put A in. Then your B matrix is going to be a 3 by 1. Put your B matrix in, whichever calculator you have. And then once you get them in, you do A inverse times B. Now on the Nspires, you can just enter it inverse times the B. But the A matrix, again, is a 3 by 3. My B matrix is a 3 by 1. It's number of rows by number of columns. This problem type will be on the quiz tomorrow. So get into Math Lab today, meet with a friend. I'm available tomorrow before school. I have a meeting after school, so I can't help you after school today. I'm in Math Lab 4B, if anybody has lunch or a forum then. Okay, I'm getting an answer matrix of 1, negative 8, 3. You guys getting that? Okay, so now I haven't written my equation yet, right? This is the A, the B, and the C. So here's your answer. You go back to general form, and that's the coefficients. So it's a 1x squared minus 8x plus 3. All right, questions. Make sure you know how to, you will need a graphing calculator. I only have 4 that can be loaned out. So try to remember your graphing calculators tomorrow if you forgot yours at home. All right, let's try one more. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to start with y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'm going to use the 3 points. So I'm going to get 2 equals a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. So that's 2 equals 1a plus 1b plus 1c. Now pay attention. I have one x-intercept, but I don't have both x-intercepts. So you want to pay attention to, does the problem say, here's the vertex, here's the x-intercepts, or they are the x-intercepts? Don't just jump to this, okay? Don't just jump to it. All right, then I'm going to do 3 comma 0. That's 0 equals a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus c. So that's 0 equals 9a plus 3b plus 1c. Then we're going to use 5 comma 6. So I'm going to get 6 equals a times 5 squared plus b times 5 plus c. So that's 6 equals 25a plus 5b plus 1c. Now I'm going to pause a moment, and I want you to write your matrix equation. Let me point out on the board, this is the matrix equation. So as part of your work, you're going to need to show all of this. Okay, you'll need to show all of this. What you're going to try. So you press this button right here, and you go to the 3x3. Yeah, hit OK. Oops, it's within it. So hit clear it all out.
Can I search first one here?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hit OK. Okay, so now just type the numbers in. What you're going to do is you're going to arrow to the right and then hit caret -1. And bring it down, go like this, and hit times. And go back to matrix. And you want a 3 by 1, which is a tall thing with 3. So, okay, hit the 3 by 3. And make it 3 and change that to 1. All right, let me go ahead and get mine going here. So this would be 111,931,2551 times ABC equals 206. Then X is going to be A inverse times B, and I got 1, -5, 6. How many of you got that? Yes. Okay, so now we have to actually write the equation. Don't forget that. I'll have students who get all the way there, but then they don't write the equation. So be careful with that. All right, make sure you know you're refreshing your memory on the buttons on your calculators. If you need help, I am happy to help you. All right, so every day I've been having you do a different reflection, and I'm interested to see if we get really good quiz scores tomorrow, and maybe we need to be working on the reflections. So here, I want you to create what's called a mind map, okay? And what you're going to do is I want you to draw a circle. And in the circle, we're going to write quadratic functions. So then what I want you to do is I want you to think about everything we've covered so far in 5.1. Like an example might be vertex form, intercept form. So I want you to draw as many arrows and bubbles with everything you know so far. So take a moment and you're allowed to look back through day 1, day 2, day 3, and today's day 4 notes. Write down as many things that you think you've learned. Now, when you write vertex form, write what it is, okay? So don't just write the words vertex form. That's great, but then write out what is vertex form. Like, this is going to help us. And it's okay to put it below the bubble or make bigger bubbles. So as I'm walking around, I'm seeing general form, intercept form. What else? There's more that we've learned than those 3 things. All right, what's another bubble besides these 3? What's something else we've worked on? I mean, these are the 3 biggies, but what else have we talked about? Maybe think about your graphs. Yeah, Gabe? Good job. Okay, so we've done a symmetrical point. We've done the axis of symmetry is x equals h, or the x coordinate of your vertex. Your max and minimum is the y value of the vertex. Okay, the max and min is the y value of the vertex. All right, anything else? Any other big ideas? Yeah, Jake? Ooh, okay, good. All right. So domain and range. Domain is negative infinity to infinity, and range is connected to the vertex. If it opens up, you have a minimum going up. If it opens down, it's negative infinity up to that. Good. Ooh, let's talk about to find an x-intercept, we let y equal 0. To find a y-intercept, let x equal 0. We've worked on that. All right, I think those are the biggies.